Free University by getting back with the person that invited you, because I have ambassadors that are waiting to greet you with open arms. And if you came here because you are a follower or a friend of Mr. George M. Howard or myself, you can go straight to befree.university and enroll today. Without further ado, we're going to have a word from another one of our sponsors, Mr. Joe Dudley Jr. All right, so we have to keep moving on because guess what? There's another big name speaker. Just one more. Just one more. I'm gonna warn y'all. Y'all talk to George. This young man is ready. So we're gonna get ready for him. And then while we do that, we're gonna pull up a testimonial and let you guys hear from one of our scholars. Remember, the swag store is open. Go to swag.befree.university. And if you want to enroll and become one of our amazing scholars or ambassadors, go to befree.university. All right.
Hi, my name is Geraldine, and I am an ambassador with Be Free University. I am actually enrolled in the School of Trading, and I am completely excited about learning a new skill set that is going to allow me to be financially free sooner rather than later. Be Free University has completely changed the trajectory that I had for my future. One of the first courses that I had the opportunity to take was trading with Julius Sanders. I was able to learn the fundamentals for a beginner trader, whereas when I go to the live courses, I'm actually understanding what I'm seeing. He teaches at a pace that any beginner trader would need to feel confident. He gives us the tools that we need to understand the charts. The information is completely laid out. I actually had the opportunity to have a one-on-one with Julius, whereas I had additional questions and he was able to answer those questions for me in a breakout session. I am completely excited about this new skill set that I'm learning, and I would encourage anyone to join this university if financial freedom is in your future.
Hi, my name is Barika Andrews, and I live in the city of Abu Dhabi here in the United Arab Emirates, but I am still working with George and the tax lien investing. And after hearing him speak in a couple of interviews last year and then going on to the website, I just felt like he had such a plethora of knowledge. So I decided to sign up with him last fall, and I can tell you I have zero regrets about doing that. And I myself am a teacher by profession. And so working with George, I can see how he has such a good heart for people and how he wants to see us win, and how also he is a good teacher as well, where he will take the time to ensure that all of the students understand what's happening and that all of the students are participating and that no student is left behind. So I would just say, if you haven't done so yet, sign up for Be Free University so that you can help not only yourself, but you can also help future generations. Be blessed. Bye.
First Generation Life's mission is to empower you to become the first generation to build wealth and leave a lasting legacy to your next generation. A wise person leaves an inheritance to his children's children, and FGL has the financial products to create wealthy families. In order for this to manifest, we must first break the cycles of leaving debt versus wealth. You may not have come from wealth, but wealth should come from you. For over 2 decades, co-founder and CEO Eric Howard and his team of experts have educated thousands of individuals, churches, and communities on the importance of leaving wealth. Their newest launch is the first of any insurance company, the HBCU Pay It Forward program. Founded by visionary and NFL alumni Bob Johnson, along with Donnell Wolford, has joined FGL to break history with this massive division, a movement that will impact the world positioning every alumni to grow wealth and gift back to their HBCU. Visit us today and see how easy it is to impact the next generation. First,
y'all ready for another gift? Come on, y'all ready for another gift? Those of you online, are you ready for another gift? We're giving away the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch. Oh, see. So yeah. So
this is what we're gonna do.
What we're gonna do?
Gift,
yeah.
but it's only those who took notes.
Only those that took notes.
Right.
So how we gonna know?
So we only gonna give away to those who took notes.
Okay.
So Damon said there were 3 things.
3 things
that would determine your success. I'm going to give one of them. I want somebody to name the first one, to name the other 2 in the chat. Get the watch.
In the chat. So anybody in the chat?
Anybody in the chat?
Can I win?
No.
What? I know.
I'll tell you what. No. So this was it. The first one.
Can they be in the room?
I think that's cheating.
That's cheating?
I think it's cheating.
Okay, online.
Online only.
And by the way, I am taller than you.
No, you're not. No.
Yo, who's taller?
Who taller? Why you rocking? He trying to get that extra inch, y'all.
I told him I was taller than
No,
you.
you're not.
5'7.5".
Don't forget my half.
Don't forget my half. So you got the first one?
I'm gonna give the first.
You're gonna get the first one.
Because I gotta give him a hint.
Because I know them all 3.
Because he gave like so many nuggets.
But
But I'm gonna give the first one. He named 3 things that you must do.
3.
And the first one was you must know your why.
Right.
He gave 2 more points.
Okay.
Put the 2 other points in the chat, and let's see who gets it right.
First one, real quick.
Cedric, you got it over there
in the chat.
You got you. They flying up. It's too quick. It's too quick. Y'all got to type slower. Cedric can't read that fast.
Is there a name?
The other 2, I need to give you the answer, Sid. That's it. Don Rebel, if y'all don't know, Don she in every class. I don't think that there's a class that Don ain't taking at BFU. She in the trading class, she in the credit class. Man, she turned in like 3 testimonials. Like 3 testimonials. The girl she deserved the prize.
So don't win.
Don got now, here's the question, Don. This is gonna tell me whether or not if you really, what was that? If you really as smart as a BF student really should be. Do you need an Apple or an Android product?
Apple.
No, dog, no. It's gotta be an Android. Don, is it an Apple or an Android product that you just won? Tell me, which one is it?
She won Apple.
No, it's an Android.
You told me to give her Apple.
I said whichever one they need.
Okay.
Which one is it? She ain't said yes, said.
Okay. Well, while we're waiting on it, why don't you? Rashida does a better job than you. She sings to the bank.
She said Android?
Yeah.
I knew she was a BFC student.
True
BFC student.
To the beach.
You gonna do the bag to the...
No, you can't do it.
She gotta do it.
No, I was wanting him to do it. To the bank. To the beach, to the bank, to the beach, to the
I'm gonna let y'all do that. I'm gonna go on over here in my corner. Over here. Go ahead and do your back to the beach.
All right, guys, we're going to get started in just a few minutes. George should be getting ready, getting mic'd up. Mr. Martin is coming up next, and we're going to give him his due respect. He is actually driving home from his last, from closing out his Roland Martin Unfiltered show. So we're going to give him time to do that. So I believe we have some other testimonials that can be played. In the interim, we have about 7 minutes to give him time to get in backstage and be ready. Let's play, right? All right, so listen, don't y'all go nowhere. Y'all stay put, because he's coming. He's coming. But I need y'all probably should buckle your seatbelts for this one. It's going to be a nice ride. So we are going to run our promo video. And listen, if you have not enrolled yet, what are you waiting for? Go to befree.university right now and get enrolled. You don't want to miss it, because this is the place to be. Because everybody in here, we going to the what? They ate too much cake, to the beach in the bank.
Can I ask you a question? What was your life dream growing up? I mean, you were told you could do anything. All you had to do was go to school, get a degree, work a good job, and retire. Well, chances are that plan didn't work out so well. I mean, think about it. It didn't work for your grandparents, your parents, or you. But here you are, you're still teaching it to your children. It is a broken philosophy of wealth. And chances are you are part of the 97% of the world that are trapped. I mean, trapped in debt, commuting long distances to work, only to arrive at a job you really don't like and live check to check, barely having any savings at all. While living expenses, well, they're continuing to increase. I mean, you probably feel as though you're not paid enough and don't even have a clue on how you're going to retire. Was this really your dream growing up? I'm talking about the dreams you had, the dreams of buying that mansion, your favorite sports car, paying off your parents' mortgage, traveling around the world. Well, they're going to forever remain that way. Just dreams, nothing more, nothing less. But what if I told you you were wrong? What if there is a way to get there? An actual equation to freedom and wealth, a science behind the way money works. What if you did not have to abandon your dreams? Would you believe me? Would you take the time to watch the rest of this video? Would you act now and seize the opportunity? Would you take the red pill and allow me to show you the way out of the matrix? Or would you take the blue pill and continue to let your life be the same? So, are you ready? We have to start with this broken philosophy of wealth. Traditional schools don't teach wealth. School didn't tell you how to manage your money or how to obtain excellent credit or eliminate debt or even pay as little taxes as possible. School had one mission and one purpose only. School trained you how to get a job, a job. What's wrong with a job, you may ask me? A job will leave you just over broke. A job is the journey of the broke. And unfortunately, this is the wrong money equation. I'm assuming that if you're still watching this video, you want to make money and lots of it, and you want to do it in as short as time as possible. Well, this equation doesn't work. Here it is. Wealth equals job plus wages. Well, you can see that this doesn't work. I mean, think of it this way. If your job pays you $20 an hour and you work 40 hours in a week, it would take you nearly 24 years to earn $1 million. That is without subtracting any taxes or any expenses that you will incur over the next 24 years. And God knows you have to include inflation. 24 years to make $1 million? So how does one get to freedom and wealth? Well, I'll tell you. You have to change your wealth equation. Here it is. Wealth equals passive income plus dividends minus taxes. Guys, we all have one precious resource, the most important resource of all. And once it is gone, there's no way of getting it back. I mean, that resource is time. Time is the currency of life. You spend time just like you spend money. Therefore, you must stop exchanging time for money and develop passive income. So I ask you to stop chasing money and learn to manage time. You see, rich people, they buy time. And poor people, well, they sell time. Every time you go to work for someone else, you're selling your time. You're selling your time for $10, $15, or $20 an hour that keeps you just over broke. The rich, they leverage time. They can use their time however they want to because they've already purchased yours. The rich understand that true wealth and freedom only comes by passive income. Which brings us to the next part of the equation, dividends. See, the skill of multiplying money is the key to freedom.
True wealth and freedom only occurs by putting money to work. Your money must make money. You must find a way to make your money duplicate itself without exchanging time for it. Wealthy people, they purchase stocks, they buy real estate, they trade in the Forex market, and in return, they are rewarded with dividends. The awesome thing about dividends is that they not only make money without you trading time for it, they're also taxed at a lower rate than a job. With dividends, the rich get both a tax benefit and passive income. They have learned the art of being free through investing. The third part of the equation is taxes. Taxes are the real enemy of wealth. The average person loses a minimum of 25% of their gross income to taxes. How can you ever build wealth when you're losing money before you even receive it? You can't. The rich have learned to reduce their taxes to almost nothing. In the year 2020, some of the largest corporations paid $0 in taxes. Amazon, 0 taxes. Delta, 0 taxes. Chevron, 0 taxes. General Motors, 0 taxes. Netflix, 0 taxes. Eli Lilly, 0 taxes. Starbucks, 0 taxes. The rich understand how taxes affect wealth. How many of you would like a 25% raise tomorrow? Well, you can by eliminating your taxes. I want to show you how. I want to show you how to play the same game the rich and the free play every single day. I want to show you how to be free. I know I've been speaking about wealth. However, money really isn't this final destination. This presentation is about obtaining one thing traditional schools have never taught you. The one thing you've been desiring all of your life. Freedom. How to be free. Freedom to do what you want when you want and never have to worry about these thoughts. Can I afford this? When do I have to be back at work? How much vacation time do I still have? Do I have any more sick days? How long can I spend with my newborn after giving birth? How am I going to pay my bills? Do I have it enough to retire? Can I live my life's purpose? This presentation is not about money at all. Oh no, it's about freedom. How much longer will you live without being free? Choose today. Choose to be free. At Be Free University, we will teach you how to maximize your cash flow, become debt-free, how to minimize your taxes, the opportunity to have your own business, build a real estate empire, and then we teach you how to take control of your time by developing passive income. Do you want to learn a new trade that will help you be free? Real estate, Forex, day trading, digital marketing, credit repair franchises, trust, will, and estate planning, network marketing, tax franchises, business startups and development. The list goes on and on and on. But these are the skills you need to change your wealth equation. I put before you the opportunity to never live life the same again. But you have to make the choice to be free. Be Free University.
All right, I'm back. Oh, Lord, I know. I'm just so used to running. I'm sorry, Dad. I see him looking here. Y'all get my child. She running up and down the stairs. Yeah, he ain't gonna hold it against you. He know it's me. He'll get me when we get down.
Okay.
So guess what just happened?
What happened?
I just bought a bottle of water.
You bought a bottle of water?
I purchased a bottle of water.
From where?
Miss Anita Calloway.
Okay.
Miss Anita Calloway. She talking. Y'all tap the lady on. Come here.
You bought?
She just bought me. Purchased a bottle of water from her.
She's selling water?
She is.
Holy water?
She said she's selling water.
Holy water?
Yeah, she's selling water. Here you go. Thank you for your water. Appreciate it. Yes.
A bottle of water was $50?
Yeah.
What kind of water is that? Wow.
Y'all better get that water that she's selling. Uh-huh.
I got some oil.
You got some oil?
Oh, yeah.
That might be more valuable than water.
Okay.
I'll bargain you for it.
Oh, okay.
All right, guys, we are getting Mr. Martin set up so that we can bring him in. But in the interim, we just figured we might as well start giving away some money. So I just bought a $50 bottle of water.
$50 bottle of water.
You the man with the bag. What you got?
I have $1,000 I'm getting ready to give away.
Exit stage left. Pick it up, pick it up.
I don't know if the person is still online.
Oh, you don't know?
I guess Cedric will know, or whoever will know.
Uh-oh.
But her name is...
What's her name?
Gabrielle Alston.
Oh, my goodness.
Is Gabrielle Alston
must be present to win. Is she there? Is she there? Is she there?
Anybody know?
Is she there? Are y'all watching? Whose student is that? Is she someone's student? Some of y'all know the names of your students. Curry. Oh, she's Todd Curry's recruit.
Yes.
She's Todd Curry's team member.
Team member, yeah.
Yes.
Gabrielle Alston.
Now, she spells her name a little different.
A-L.
S-T-O-N is her last name, but Gabrielle. I remember her because her first name is spelled different.
Yeah,
it's G-I-B.
But she about this tall.
Oh, wow. So she's special. We're going to make sure.
Yeah, Gabrielle.
$1,000.
$1,000.
Wow. Somebody better call her sister and tell her she just won $1,000. She just got the bag. Gabrielle. Y'all didn't even cheer for her. Listen, let me tell y'all something. I know y'all tired. Pastor Notch just gave away $1,000. Y'all didn't even clap. But the Bible says that we are to rejoice with those that rejoice.
Oh, yeah.
If you won $1,000, you'll be out of your seat or halfway to the mall. One or the other.
Because if you celebrate, if it happens to somebody else,
others, it happens for you.
Then it can happen for you.
Right, that's right. Because it's a perpetual thing.
Perpetual.
It's perpetual.
That's right.
It's like that sowing and reaping. It's perpetual. As you sow, you reap, and as you sow, that's how it happens. Really.
That's right.
People think it happens one thing at a time, but it's really not like that. As you sow, you're already reaping a harvest where you sowed at before.
Speaking of sowing and reaping.
Speaking of sowing and reaping, I'm glad you come on.
Through our 10-year process, you've sowed and joining some businesses with me.
Yes, I have.
Right?
Yes.
And so
every time you call me,
I think this is a reaping moment.
I'm reaping. Yes. Yes, mother.
How you reaping?
Because I get to spend time with my family, my friends, and we get to share this opportunity. We get to bless other people, which was always our mission. Yeah. You were the first one that told me that I had the sound of marketplace, and I didn't even know what that was. So me and you began to exchange about marketplace and ministry. And we have literally figured out how to put them two together. And we've been on this journey over 10 years.
I'm excited.
What just happened?
I'm really excited. We forgot we forgot to do the part that we said we was gonna do.
What? Give me $1,000 now?
No, I was gonna bless somebody with song.
Oh no! No! Listen. No. Have any of y'all gotten a birthday song from George?
Well, we do know it was Lady's birthday.
No, Mom. No, she know already. We've been on this train. No. You want George to sing to you? Oh well.
Me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Oh no, your mama told me to get the mic. No, your mom. I obey Mother Howard. All right, so can I get everybody to join in and sing happy birthday to our mother, Mom Lisa Blakes? I cannot read that. We have him. Awesome. So the man of the hour is here, but before we do that, can we jump up and sing happy birthday real quick?
Ready?
Real quick. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
to you. Happy birthday, dear Mom.
Yeah. Happy birthday to you. Come on, let's go black.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you. I sing birthday.
Happy birthday to
Yo,
you.
mama got it too.
Happy
boy.
birthday.
Go get it, mama. Bishop.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
All right.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
To the beach and the bank, to the beach and the bank.
To the beach and the bank, to the beach and the bank. I'm gone.
All right, I got another song for y'all to learn. We're going to sing it at the end. How many of you caught that Be Free University jingle? I know y'all heard it. All right, so we're going to sing it. We're going to take this show out at the end with the Be Free University jingle. Is that all right? But right now we got to be respecters of time because we are running a little behind schedule. Not a big deal because we are literally getting ready to be privileged, graced to hear the sound of a voice that we consider a major pioneer in the earth, in the Americas. He is a sound that I listen to on an almost daily basis, and I'm excited that he's here tonight. So let's roll. And let's get ready to welcome to the stage Mr. Roland S. Martin.
I seen it. I seen him at the bottom of the screen.
All right, y'all, make some noise in here. It's too quiet. It's coming, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. It's coming.
Well, I tell y'all what. Let's encourage him. Y'all ready? Yeah. Rolling, 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 rolling.
To the beach and the bank.
Amen. So we're going to give him a little time to come back. I did see him in the bottom of the screen, so he did get home. He did get access. Some kind of way it looked like he got. I heard somebody say something. What'd you say, Keith? Yeah, he was down the bottom left-hand corner. It was asking permission to speak. All right, so we just gonna go ahead and we just gonna have a little fireside chat by ourselves, right? So, one of the things you guys that we do here at Be Free University, right, since we got this intimate time together, is that we believe that at some point we have to go to the next level when it comes to education. We know the philosophies, we learn the psychologies, we learn the sociologies, but another ology that we need to learn is that moneyology. And so we have always, I guess, materialized money. And so there's a movie that I like that I think gives the best illustration of that. And that was the movie White Man Can't Jump. And if you guys don't know, this was in the early 90s that White Man Can't Jump came out. And you had Wesley and Woody. Now, Wesley was Wesley Snipes, right? You had Woody Allen. And Wesley Snipes and Woody Allen was playing basketball. And it was Willie Harrelson? Okay, Wesley and Willie, thank you. And so they would call themselves about to con these people, but Wesley was really selling the boy out. So Woody's he's on the court and he's doing all these basic stretches. You know, he got on his little geeky outfit. You know, Wesley looked good. He got on his brand new shoes. He got on his, shorts to come all the way down to here. They get on the court. Wesley's doing reverse layups. He's doing 360 dunks. He's throwing it off the back of the backboard. Woody is taking the very basic jump shots. He's taking the very basic layups. He's taking just the very basics of the game. At the end of the game, Wesley has the opportunity to win the game. He goes under and he goes to do a reverse layup. Guy pounds it against the back of the backboard. He grabs the ball and he literally hits the ball. I mean, he hits the basket, and Wesley and Woody lose the game. But that wasn't the part that blessed me. It was the conversation that happened after the game. So Wesley goes over to Woody and he says, "Hey, man," hit him on the back of the back. He said, "We'll get him next time." He said, "What do you mean, man? You're not upset that we lost? You out here doing all that fancy stuff and all that yada yada." He said, "Man, we'll get him next time." He said, "That's the problem with your people." Now, this is a quote out the movie. "That's the problem with your people. You would rather look good and lose, and we would rather look bad and win." I'm going to say it again. He said, "That's the problem with your people." Guys, this is in the early 90s. You would rather look good and lose, doing the reverse layups, coming off the backboard, doing the 360 dunks. We would rather look bad and win. Now, how does that deal with BFU? Guys, today, we're looking good, but we're losing. We look good with our hair done. We look good in our name brand purses. We look good with our name brand shoes. We look good, fellas, with the rims on our car, with the jewelry on our hands and around our neck. We look good, y'all, in almost every facet of the game until it comes to our wealth. While you look good, you're losing. But I challenge some people today to rather look bad and win. Look bad enough to say, "You know what? I'm going to do my own hair. I'm going to do my own nails. I'm not going to take my stimulus check and go blow it. I'm going to take my stimulus check and I'm going to invest it in something that's going to be an asset so we can absolutely begin to buy other things that bring perpetual wealth into our life." Guys, we got Roland Martin on the set. I am extremely privileged. I cannot tell you how much we can bow down to this gentleman. He is the epitome of what I think is a news anchor of news anchors, and I can tell you how blessed we are. Look, he's still connected, but he's here. What's up, Roland?
How's it going?
Man, it's absolutely awesome, man. I'm so elated, man, to be having a conversation with you. This is like a dream come true.
Well, I want to make sure we're good with audio.
Okay.
There we go. All right, cool. Audio is good. We are here. So, glad we finally got all that stuff straight. I was sent a Zoom link and not the hop-in link. So I'm like, we're not on Zoom, but it's all good. So we straight. We're here. So let's roll.
Man, you got it, man. So thank you for being here.
Glad to be here.
So I invited you, man. I we're launching our new company. We just launched. We had a beta test. We started on January 15th, Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday. And we just believe that, he died fighting for civil justice and social justice. I mean, he lived fighting for civil and social justice, but he died fighting for economic justice. And so since we represent a company that we're fighting for economic justice and we're closing the wealth gap, we picked his day to do our soft launch on. And so now that we've been through our beta, we're now launching our company. And I said, well, I wanted to bring Damon John on, but I said, well, who is the epitome of freedom that I could think of? And I heard you tell, actually, you was in the pulpit. Now, I didn't know you was a preacher. I don't know if you are, but you took a text.
No. I'm not a preacher. My
Nah,
wife was my
nah,
wife.
you
Was,
took a
hold on,
text.
let me be clear. My wife went to seminary. She's got papers. She's been ordained for 25 years. She was the first female staff pastor at Brook Hollow Baptist Church in Houston. I'm bootleg. So she's official. She's official. She got papers, all that sort of stuff. I'm bootleg. So, but yeah, if you're asked to speak in the pulpit, you might want to bring a text with you. So yeah, but I can walk through the text a little bit. I can do that.
Oh yeah, you did it too, man. You did it. I got a 4-year degree in seminary. My mom's in the room. She's a pastor. My dad's a pastor. My sister's married to a pastor. My brother's a pastor, and I know preaching when I see it. So your wife might have the papers, but I was watching you watching the text and illustrating it. And you can call it what you want to, but you're a preacher.
Like I said, I'm bootleg. It's all good. It's all good.
So listen, in that sermon, you told a story, man. It really blessed my life. And this was years ago. That's how impactful it was. So it's such an impactful moment. I've been teaching financial literacy and intelligence for quite some time. And you told a story. You were talking about when you were asked to retract a statement from CNN. And you said that you had morals and values that you really believed that the statement that you said was true. And that to take it back would be to go against your morals and your values. And you said that I did not have to do that because I'm free. You said I'm debt free, I'm financially free, and so now I can stand on my morals and my values as a man because I'm free. And it stayed with me.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it stayed with me that long, man. I said, well, when we started talking about freedom, I said, man, I remember this sermon or this speech or this what you call it? Exegesis of the text about your freedom. You want to elaborate on that a little bit?
I think that for many people, we really don't understand freedom. In the song Glory, Common has a line, and he and I were talking about this, where he says, freedom is like a religion to us. So when we talk about freedom, it has a lot of different meanings. And I think when we talk about spiritual freedom, we talk about there are some people who believe in sexual freedom. There's some people who believe in economic freedom. But freedom really means the ability to be able to move throughout this space and be free to make decisions that for you are important, and you're not moving forward that you're walking in confidence with what that position is. When I think about economic freedom means that I am able to make decisions in my life as to where I want to go, what I want to do, and I am not being shackled by other things. So when you have economic freedom, when you do not have debt, what happens is you say, you know what? We're moving back home. You're not thinking, I got this job, man, we got mortgages. What are we going to do? So what happens is that mortgage is shackling you. It is preventing you from making a decision that is fully free. Those things are preventing you from being able to move about. That credit card debt, I got to watch what I say at work because man, I got $18,000 in credit card debt. If I lose this job, man, how am I going to pay the debt off? And so, economic freedom means that you could say, "Yeah, we're going to leave," but what about that job? I'm good because my stuff is already taken care of. And so that's really how I sort of operate in terms of that freedom. And what people don't understand is when I say consequences, there are consequences. I tell people all the time, you know what? You can aspire for that huge house and things along those lines, but it's stuff that comes with it. But if I'm living within my means, I'm not worried. That's not, ooh, man, how are we going to pay for this thing if something happened to one of us? Well, that means you are right there. You're already living above your means. And so that's what I think is hurting so many of us. And I know somebody who's watching and listening, they're sitting there going, oh man, that's real easy for you to say because of where you are now. But see, you can't talk about where I am now if you don't talk about where I was.
Yeah. Say it again, man.
I mean, what people don't understand is when in 1999, you need to understand it. God said, leave everything. I was married to a television anchor. I was in news. I could have walked out of that divorce easily, $300,000-$500,000. God said, leave everything. My lawyer, my alpha brothers, my blood brother, who's my alpha brother, they all were like, Doc, I had to go. Spud Webb was a good friend of mine. I was in Houston, this house in Dallas. I stayed for 4 days playing golf, fasting and praying because I was like, God, you tripping. I ain't. Wait, he said, oh, no. He said, I want you to. He said, leave everything. And this is about he said, now I'm going to take you lower. I was like, whoa, hold up. Why we got to go lower? Y'all, I have real conversations. I said, why we got to go lower? He said, we're going to go lower, but
yeah.
And so we did go lower. 99 get divorced, 2000 cover the Democratic National Convention, appendix ruptures, in the hospital 5 days, no health insurance. While I'm in the hospital, car that I had, a Toyota 4Runner, I had leased it, it already, but I owed on miles. I had no ride. It was repossessed from the court while I'm in the hospital. All of a sudden, I'm dealing with that. Now I've got now all of a sudden, I go 2004 carrying that freelance job that was promised to me when I had a house in Dallas, 99. Moved to Dallas back in January 2000. The dude, not a phone call. I still know his name, remember his name, and he get the side eye to this day when I see him. I had to all of a sudden my whole notice in 2004, and when I foreclosed on my house, I then filed for bankruptcy. I'm going through this period where I went lower. He's like, I got you. Trust me, we going somewhere. So when I come out of that, get a job, blackamericaweb.com, then get laid off after 2.5 years. Then, of course, go through another year in the wilderness, get hired as a Chicago Defender, 2004. All of a sudden, of course, CNN comes along in 2007. I was able to pay off all of the bankruptcy. Now I'm in a situation where now I pay off the house that they were going to foreclose on.
Say it again. Say it again.
But here's what something happened. Something happened when I was going through it. A freelance check came in. Man, look, I had to cash the check. But it was like, dude, this wasn't even a conversation. To keep the lights on. I called Spud, couldn't reach him. I called my boy Matthew Hart, reach him. Could not reach anybody. I had to get to the bank. So here I am, August, Texas, hot, like hot. I got to walk to the bank, probably 10, 12 miles round trip. Man, I get home, my legs are throbbing, I'm in pain. I'm like, God, I am not happy with this situation. He said, I'm telling y'all, I'm honest. He said, look, I said, I ain't mad at you. I got a problem with the situation. How do I have this education? How do I have this knowledge? And I'm applying for jobs. I'm not getting them. This is exactly what he said. He said, I told you I was going to supply you. I said, no, not working. Can't reach friends. Legs killing me. No, straight up, this was the answer. Do your legs work? I said, yes. I said, yes. He says, I told you I will supply your needs. Wow. I'm like, yeah, you really had to go there, huh? But the point is, I go through all of that. So when I come out of that, no, we ain't doing credit cards. I'm paying for stuff in cash. No, we're not doing that. House gets paid off. The house that I paid off that was going to get foreclosed on, my parents live in that home. My sister and her child live in that home. So the house that was going to get foreclosed on now houses 3 generations of my family. By them now living rent free in that house, they now are able to live differently financially because they now have rent or a mortgage because they're living in a particular home. So the point of economic freedom is my wife and I, we can make decisions where we want to, what we want to do, and we don't have debt as shackles preventing to make decisions. And TV ended in 2017. While Alfred Liggett is talking to me, explaining why he's canceling the show, I don't flinch. I am already preparing Roland Martin Unfiltered. As he talking, I go meet with my senior vice president. She's in shock. She's like, are you okay? I said, I'm fine. She's like, I can't believe what just happened. I said, I'm already ahead. Bro, it literally was 8-10 minutes ago. I'm already there. While I was at TV One, I was purchasing equipment for this day. While I was there, I had spent $200,000 on television equipment while I was there because I was preparing for the day when it was going to end. And then they offered me a new deal, and I said, I'm not going to take it. My agent was like, Roland, look, take it. I said, no, I can't take it. I said, I'm not going to take it. It was like, dude, they got $300,000 on the table. I said, not going to take it. Here's why. Because it wasn't the money. It wasn't the money. I knew they didn't have anything for me to do. So I was going to take a check, but I was going to be frustrated because I had nothing to do. I said, there's election coming up. What happens when I want to do something? I could not do anything. What I'm trying to get people to understand is the economic freedom allowed me to walk away from that offer to be able to accept another offer down the road. That's freedom.
That's deep. What you just said, I mean, it's about 15 different points I could have took about that thing. But the first thing that I heard you say was that most people have the ability to be free, but they choose to be in bondage.
Oh, absolutely. We do. We do.
At least economically, anyway, based on that.
Oh, we do. And it's our decision making. You see, and again, I look, I love my mom and my dad. That my dad used to do something that drive me crazy. My dad would talk about if I was rich. Here's my whole deal. We not. So why are we talking about this here? No, seriously. For me, I'm about to say something, and I know it's about to sound weird for everybody who's listening. You have to be content and ambitious. Okay, I know that. I know somebody's like, oxymoron. No. Content means that if I don't do anything else, if I don't get another large home, if I don't have a bigger business, if I don't get a new car, if I am not able to buy my wife another ring or a necklace, I am content with the life that I have. But I am still ambitious in terms of pursuing my dreams for me and my family.
Man,
so if I don't go higher than where I am right now, okay, I have had an amazing life, but I am still working hard, as Tyler Perry told me when he and I were talking. He said, you want to be rich, you got to work like you poor. I'm still working hard. I'm still trying to build bigger. But if I don't get another contract, if my company stay right here, I am content and happy with what I have built.
What did it take for you to get there, Roland? Because I mean, what you just said, it almost sounds like an oxymoron, but the way you broke it down, it's a necessity.
I've always, and I know, and I'm telling you, I know, I literally, that was the case when I was young. Like when my dad would do that. And again, this is no shade on my dad. I'm like, I know what he was thinking. He wanted more for his family. But for me, I was sitting here going, I hear you, but we have a lot more than other people have. So my whole deal is, so I am appreciative of what I got. Growing up, this actually happened. I was 16. My parents came, my brother's birthday, November 13th, born 67. I'm November 14th, born 68. We're 1 year, 1 day apart. My parents came home, birthday gifts. And it was like a pair of Jordache jeans, 2 polos, and a belt. Now, designer jeans, 2 polos, very expensive. Y'all, this really happened. I go to my parents' living room and I say, hey, their bedroom, I say, hey, I appreciate this. But I know how much these Jordache jeans cost. So y'all can take these Jordache jeans back and get me 3 Levi's. And you can take these 2 polo shirts back and just get me 5 polos with no polo logo for the same amount of money.
Wait, how old were you?
I was about 15 or 16. My parents looked at me like I was crazy. Because here was a deal. I didn't care what nobody said or thought about me. Whistle, you ain't wearing Jordache jeans. You ain't wearing polos. Because I don't care what you think. I didn't care about tennis shoes that were high priced. Oh, man, you ain't the latest Converse? No, but guess what? They still tennis shoes. I can still run in them. My feet still fine. I don't give a damn what y'all think about designer stuff. I didn't care. I didn't care. Man, look. A car once a year. I don't care how I look on the outside. I'm driving it. Co-workers like, man, I can't have a dirty car. I said, dude, I don't care what anybody thinks about a car. I don't even see the dirt. I get in, drive to work, get out, go to work, get back in. It's nighttime. Hell, I don't see the dirt. Home, do repeat. I don't care. I grew up not caring what about designer stuff, not caring about Nike, not caring about the latest fashion trends. I'm like, I don't care because that don't make me me. So I was content with what my parents were able to give me, and I walked in full confidence and full authority, and I walked in full prosperity because I knew to be prosperous was not the assets that were on your ass.
So, with that being said, though, and I'm with you. I'm right there
and
with you.
I know some church folks like, I can't believe you said that, but y'all know asses in the Bible. So
Listen, we got some saved and not some saved people in here. It's okay, Roland. So, but what you just said, so I'm gonna sneak a word in here too. My mama and my bishop in here. That's my other daddy. So, and my other mama in here too. So, I think that in our community we suffer from brand whores. That is that if it don't have a brand label on it, I can't wear it. And we become literally whores to name brands while our pockets are suffering, our accounts are suffering, our children are suffering, our portfolios are suffering, our retirements are suffering, but we still look good. We were rather so into, and you said something, you said it was about, you said you walked in full confidence. And I think that honestly, when we look at the psychological condition of Black America, man, I really think we suffer from low self-esteem.
Oh, no. That's 100% correct. No, we do. No, seriously. If I don't, man, I got like 1,000 books around here. If you read, Dorothy Cotton was the only woman who was in the inner circle of Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King's SCLC. She was over their citizenship education program. When you want to join SCLC, you had to go through her program. In reading her book, it blew me away, and I wish I had done that before I interviewed her. I interviewed her in February 2018, around MLK 50. her last sit-down interview. She died in May of 2018. But in the book, they talk about when you went through her program, they tested you to see if you need to be reprogrammed. You could not just join the SCLC. They assessed you to determine whether you need to be reprogrammed. I have long stated that there should be a massive reprogramming of Black America. When it comes to the goods and services, absolutely, we feel good because we've had so much happen where we don't feel good. Something gives us that feeling. I feel better. So how the car makes me feel, and how the Louboutins make me feel, and how and we can go on and on and on. I spoke at a Chamber of Commerce event in Houston, and they had a live auction, and they had a piece of jewelry that went for less than $1,000. Y'all about to really trip out. The piece of jewelry, which grows in value depending upon the cut and all that stuff, sold for less than $1,000. It was a necklace. Right after the necklace, it was a Black Chamber of Commerce event, my apologies. After the necklace, because that's important, after the necklace, they had a custom-made suit. The custom-made suit went for $1,500 in the live auction. Here's the problem with that. The necklace I can pass down. The necklace I can resell. The necklace I can give as a gift. The custom suit, I'm the only one who can wear it because it is customized only for me. So which one is a smarter financial decision? The necklace or the custom suit? For us, too many African Americans, we are enamored with the custom suit and we pass on the necklace when the necklace can appreciate and the suit depreciates.
And I think that's
because the suit makes us feel better.
Makes us feel good, as you said.
Yes.
Good. So what's with the reprogramming, right? So you talked about Dorothy Cotton. What was the techniques? What did she use? What was the psychological test that she, exemplified to identify whether you had to be socially reprogrammed? And then how did they do it?
Well, they first want to know whether or not you really believe in nonviolence. They want to know your understanding of social commitment and giving. And so then they would take you through classes. One of the most underappreciated aspects of the civil rights movement is the fact that there were classes. Reverend Dr. Jim Lawson, Nashville Movement. They spent 3 months discussing, you go to YouTube, you can see my interview with him. They spent 3 months talking about why they were meeting. Then they spent 3 months discussing what they wanted to do. There was training. You wanted to be a freedom rider. You had to go through freedom rider workshops, SCLC, training. There was constant training. That's what is greatly missing, is that we are in desperate need of training. We need to have financial literacy training. We got to have self-esteem training. We've got to have entrepreneurship training. These things don't just happen. There must be the training. We must take show me a church where the preacher has to beg for tithes and offerings. I will show you a church with a weak Bible study program.
Man.
But show me a church where the pastor does not have to beg, where they can take the collection before the sermon. collection, passing the envelopes, not even walking up. I will show you a church that is strong in biblical teaching because they have taught their members the word. And so the members don't have to be browbeaten to give because they have been trained and taught. That is the big. We do not have enough and teaching workshops. And so that's what we are missing right now in our community. It affects us across the board.
So at B3 University, man, that's exactly what we're doing, is that we believe exactly what you're saying, is that there's not enough training, there's not enough education, there's not enough empowerment when it comes to our community. And so, and not just our community, I think that, poverty transcends race. It actually thinks it's more about classism. Now, I think the problem is that when you look at classism, the people who make up the lower class are people who look like me. And so how do we begin to rectify that? There has to be training. We think it's funny that we got bad credit, but that's an ingredient for poverty. It's so hard.
Well, because see, 3 words: connecting the dots. Even with credit, even when we talk about it, we're not properly connecting the dots.
Yep.
When I had TV1's Washington Watch, I said, we're going to do a whole hour on credit. My producer, Jay Feldman, he's like, dude, that's not an hour. I said, yes, it is. Trust me. He's like, I'm sorry, I don't see it. I was like, well, I'm the host and managing editor, so it don't matter because I make the final call. I'm telling you, we're going to do it. Did the show. He was like, he goes, man, that was like 2-3 hours there. Like, I tried to tell you that. See, he was only looking at credit in a one-dimensional way.
Yeah.
I was connecting the dots with credit in terms of trying to walk people through, in terms of how credit is weaponized.
Yeah.
How there were 25 plus states where they factor in. And why did I understand that? Because when I graduated from college, well, actually, I wasn't even graduated yet. I got interviewed by the Birmingham News. This is in 1991. All 16, I go interview with 16 different editors. Every single one's like, yo, we got to hire this dude. Shoe in. The HR department of the Birmingham News said, we're not going to hire him. The newsroom was like, what? Because Alabama had a law that allowed them to factor in the credit score before they hired somebody. I had all the skill set. Well, I'm a college student. You get a credit card, stuff get all screwed up. But because of my credit score, they didn't hire me. Now, don't you know, I ain't never let the Birmingham News forget how they screwed up passing on me. With every chance I get when I give a speech, I tell this story. I've had people from Birmingham News like, oh, man, he going to tell that story again. I'm like, absolutely, because y'all screwed up. But what people got to understand is that's the case with more than 25 states in the country where they allow to factor your credit score into your job. There are members of the military who cannot get a higher security clearance.
That's right.
Because of their credit score.
That's right.
The credit score impact. And see, this is when I really, really, really understood how crazy the credit score system is. First of all, you got 3 companies that won't even tell you what the algorithm is that explain what's going on. I can pull up my free credit score right now on freecreditscores.com and go, hold up, why does Experian have a different number than the other 2? And how is I'm good over here, but great over here and fair over here? Because their algorithm. When I filed for bankruptcy, this when it really hit me. So I forgot how much I owed on my vehicle. I think I owed something like $15,000. I go through the bankruptcy. Guess what? In the bankruptcy, they don't put in what you owe on the car. They put in what the car is valued at. So I'm in the bankruptcy, and all of a sudden, they go, okay, you owe $15,000 on this Chrysler. I forgot, 300M, whatever it was. They went, how many miles? Blue Book value is 8,500. The number is 8,500. I went, seriously? They said, yeah. I'm thinking I got to pay back the full 15, 16. No. It's the value. And so what was that? What was the 16 for? Interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
The interest rate I had on the car. So what's happening in Black America, to your point about credit scores, the reason so many of us are broke is because we literally are paying massive interest rates on cars. We're renting furniture and televisions. We are sitting here, even if we do get a home, how much we're paying is much higher because of the interest rates. So if we change, John Hope Bryant, Operation Hope, very good friend of mine, they've been really helping folk tremendously, raising their credit scores 70, 80, 100 points, because now all of a sudden, raising your credit score is freeing up your capital. So if you're only making $40,000 a year and your credit score is low, you actually are expending more money than you should if you focus on your credit score. Even if you're making 40, you're going to have more money in your pocket because that interest rate is lower. That interest rate is now tied. Well, I can lower my interest rate. Now, all of a sudden, interest rate on the car. Now, if so, we got to connect the dot for people to go, oh, hold up. So that impacts this, which impacts this, which impacts this. Yes, that one thing has a down effect on other pieces.
Definitely. And I think it goes even further. I think, one of the things that, you talked about was, all three bureaus having different scores. But I think credit is not just limited to your scores. I think it actually goes back to your credibility or your character. So one of the things that we teach is that credit is your character. So, Roland, money don't have to be involved. So, what kind of car you ride?
I'll drive a 2008 Navigator. I bought my Navigator. Let me tell you something. I leased that. After I went back, I said, I literally, guys like, so what we doing? He said, we finance them? Nope. He said, we leasing? Nope. But what we doing? I said, we're going to negotiate this. I'm going to leave. I'll be back in 15 minutes with a cashier's check to pay for it. Now,
and riding to the wheels fall off.
I literally drove it off the lot, paid for. I now had it since 2008. 169,000 miles. I'm good. Remember, ego don't mean nothing to me. In fact, somebody actually really ticked me off when it happened. Keyed the left side of my car. Okay, both doors. I was not happy. Do you think I'm about to sit here and pay to get it repainted and buff it out? That don't mean nothing to me. It don't. It literally don't. I have a Navigator where the sideboards, when you close them, well, it still works. Right? Said it'll be $2,500 for a new motor. I'm like, it's fine down.
So it's fine.
Why am I gonna give y'all $2,500? Okay, I need everybody listening to me. I drive it. It's red folks ride with me. It's on the right side. I don't drive on that side. This ain't London. So why am I going to spend $2,500 to have the other side go up every now and then and go down? Don't mean nothing. It's down. It's doing its job. If you get in, step on it, get in. I'm not tripping on that. That's what I'm saying. I know some people, man, who would be going crazy. Oh my God, it got keyed. I need to get it buffered. I need to get it repainted. I need to get this. Man, I'm not about to sit here and spend on $5,000 on that. It don't mean that much to me. It's irrelevant to me. And that's what I'm saying, man. People are so caught up in this. I'm impressing somebody else. I remember when I had a Toyota Corolla. I had two guys came from CNN, Chicago, to outfit my office to live streaming. And cab was late. I said, I'll take you up to the airport. So we go out, two white guys, and one of them go, he said, man, I thought you would have had a BMW or Mercedes. I was like, why? I said, this got 4 doors, it got 4 wheels, and it's going to get y'all to the airport. And so we were talking, and I said, man, let me explain something to you. I said, I don't care about that. We literally, I said, I would go to a 5-star hotel, to a black tie event, driving this Toyota Corolla, and give them the keys and walk in. I ain't got a problem. Now, see somebody listening going, man, I don't know about that. Well, guess what? Ross Perot, the late Ross
Say it
Perot,
again. Yes, sir.
who was worth $3 billion.
Billion with a B.
He drove a minivan. Now, I draw the line at a minivan.
What? Warren Buffett.
So I'm like, are you serious? I was talking to Jonathan Rogers, who was the founding CEO of TV1. He told me, and I forgot where he would get it from. He said, the average millionaire owns 4 or 5 pair of shoes.
The millionaire next door.
Yo, do you know how many pair of shoes black people got? We almost got a whole closet for shoes. You can only wear 1 pair at one time. All I'm saying is that we have to, when you mentioned character, what we have to, if we work on this, and if we work on this, we work on value. The value ain't on what you got. The value is what's on the inside. When you are able to fortify yourself from the outside influences that are chattering, why are you wearing that? What's that? How much that cost? What's going on? Doc, you ain't even work. Susan Taylor. Susan said to me, Roland, she said, I go on vacation. I pack 1 small bag. And I'm just going to wash my clothes. I ain't trying to impress nobody. I have seen, Susan has this flowing orange outfit. I have seen Susan at multiple black tie events. I know I've seen that outfit 15 times. And Susan said, I don't care. And it don't matter. Every time you see Susan Taylor, she looks like she's regal. She's a 75-year-old queen in the same orange outfit you have seen 15 times because she don't care what you think. She knows when she walks into the room, she's walking in her full confidence, her full prosperity, because she knows that orange outfit. So if you took a picture of her, like when she wore that at an event 6 months ago, she whatever. Right? So this is what we got to fix. We got to build confidence in our children to say, the clothes, that don't make you. Because guess what? When you walk in your full confidence and when you walk into the room, you can walk into the room with the same outfit you had on last week. And they're going to say, who is that walking into the room? I had my first wife, as a reason is first wife, because that means I was divorced, once told me she didn't particularly like how there was an event for her company. And she didn't particularly like how I walked into the room. And so she felt I should have had more deference to her white bosses. So when we got home, she said, you walked into the room like you own it. I said, wow. I said, baby, I was ready to walk into a room like that. I said, you know who you married to? I said, because that's exactly how your husband's supposed to walk into a room. See, again, when you walk into a room in your full confidence, when you walk into your room with full prosperity, when you walk into a room knowing who you are and what God made you, guess what? When you walk in, they ain't looking at your clothes. They looking at your walk. And when you do that, that's what defines you. Not y'all sitting here and you want to, again, impressing somebody and all the accoutrements. Man, that stuff don't mean nothing to me. I remember I had to meet with this one dude, Doc. It was so funny. He was like, my suit $5,000, my shoes are $700, my shirt is $300. And I'm telling y'all right now, I swore his whole outfit cost $150. What? Because he looked cheap. Listen to what I just said. He was wearing $5,000 worth of clothing.
Still look cheap.
I swore it wasn't worth $150 because he looked cheap. I was actually wearing, between the suit and the shirt and the tie and the shoes, I was wearing $300 worth of clothes. He thought it was $5,000. It's how you walk. It's your character.
That's what you said about President Obama. He said, man, his walk.
Look, it's right. Look, you can be, I've said this all the time, you can be present or you can have presence. When I'm present, you also feel my presence. So going back to your original question, when you have that freedom, you can walk a totally different way. You walk into boardrooms, you walk into church, you walk into grocery stores. Your whole walk is different because, see, if you don't have all that, if you don't have debt and self-doubt and all of that stuff weighing you down, all of that makes you smaller. Mm-hmm. When you lift all of that off of you, then you can absolutely walk upright. And you can walk with a glide. Somebody told me, said, man, you got a glide. You ain't got to walk. You got to glide. I like, sure do. because I'm free.
Free. Yeah, that's good. That's real good. So it's a compounding effect, though. So when you start looking at the fact that, that we start off with the credit thing, right? But not only do we talk about, your prices, your interest rates, you not being able to have get the best of jobs, get the security clearances, even your insurance is higher. But then you got to go into the fact that now it also stops you from building wealth because now I can't buy the rental property. I can't get the business loan to start the business. I can't buy inventory. I can't do the things that I know I want to do. I'm called to do. I wish I could do because I didn't take care of the thing that I should have managed better, which is my credit. And so now not only is it costing me more, but it's financially, but it's also costing me also when it comes to my dreams. It's costing me to come to my purpose that ultimately relates right back around to your finances. So it becomes a perpetuating cycle. How do we get out of the rat race? Well, it starts with, like you said, number one, you got to have the mindset to know that you're in a rat race and the mindset to want to get out. And then number two, have the training programs in the community that can take it to the next step. And that's what we're doing here at Be Free University, man. I'm so excited about it. I'm excited.
And I want people listening to understand how basic this is. I don't, and again, I take it back to when my dad would say these things, and again, I knew what he wanted, and I knew he wanted the best, but my deal was, again, I was a kid going, you're bringing yourself down, talking about what you want because what you don't have. Whereas my whole deal is, I'm not going to bring myself down. I'm going to appreciate where I am, what I got, and then if I aspire to that, that's all good. So, and that's so important because when you talk about bringing yourself down, man, it weighs on you.
Yeah.
You wake up and you go to sleep and it's the worry that's on you and you just, and you're fretting and whereas for me, and I'm just being real, I see something, man, that looks great. How much is that? No, I can't afford that. Okay. Would like to have it. Can't afford it. And not going to kill myself to do it. Look, I am not a car person. I'm not a car person. I know some people, they all about car. Man, I don't care. I've had a Mazda Miata, a Mazda B2200 pickup truck. I've had a Chrysler 300M. I've had the Navigator. I've had a Chevy Equinox. Whatever. Okay, whatever. I am happy with what my money is able to buy me because it's getting me what I need. But my dream car, my absolute dream car is a Viper.
Really?
Dream car.
What color?
I'm talking black on black.
Okay.
I'm black. All my women been black. My family black. All my stuff black. It's all black. Let me plug this computer up. But it was a Viper. And I look at the Viper in the magazine. I love a Viper. Viper's gonna cost probably 100,000 plus. I could have bought the Viper by now. I could. But had I bought the Viper, it would have listen to me, people. Listen to me very clearly. Listen. I can afford the Viper. I can buy the Viper. But I don't want, or I can't afford. Let me go back. I can buy the Viper, but I can't afford the stress buying the Viper, what comes with it, because I am not going to buy the Viper on credit. If I buy the Viper, I'm paying cash. And I told myself the only way I will buy the Viper is if I am making $2 million a year for 3 consecutive years, then I'll buy it. And again,
that's discipline.
If I never in my life am able to own a Viper,
content,
I'm good. I'm happy. I'm content. But what I'm not going to do is create angst and a level of stress by dropping money over here when I can use this to build my business, do things for my nieces, do stuff with my wife. And so again, that's where I'm saying how we have to look at our decisions of like, man, I could do that, but it's going to result in this.
Well, I think you're saying you're not going to sacrifice your freedom.
Absolutely not. I absolutely will not. And in fact, this tripped me out because it didn't hit me till about a month after I got it. In December, I talked to my CFO and I got the accountant. We had a very good year. He said, "You gonna get hit with taxes." He said, "You had too good of a year." I was like, "Dang. All right, what's the options?" So he then said, "All right." So we start going through what can we pay off. He said, "Whatever your services are, you can pay those a year in advance. You can pay them before the year's out, which means that all my server cost, associated press, other things like that, I could pay for that up front in 2020, get the tax write-off, and then I'll have the monthly bills in 2021. Great, let's do that. I knew we were moving to a new place. I could do the same thing with rent from my office. We were moving to a new place in April, so I said, well, I can't do it now, but I'll do it in 2021. So that's it. We'll buy a vehicle. Well, I knew we needed all our traveling and stuff. And so this accountant says, well, we can write up 100% of the vehicle. I was like, all right. So I was going to get an actual SUV. I knew it was going to cost me anywhere from $85,000 to $100,000. What we needed, the large one. So then I talking to my team. I was like, well, we're traveling live, got live vehicle and stuff like that. And we can do, it was kind of like, I can do that. We do that. And then it was like, well, what can we do? So we're talking. And so then we started talking about having live vehicle deal. So then all of a sudden, I looked at what's travel. So that's what I'm looking at Mercedes Sprinter. Now, mind you, I had never even contemplated the idea of a Sprinter. Even talk about it, what we look like, what we can do. It can allow us to travel. We can actually get broadcast, like all those different things. And then, okay, got it. Makes sense. But then, literally, it was a Friday. I was like, all right, done. Pull the trigger. Call the office. Same thing. Roland was not buying anything with credit. None against it. Other people will say, hey, Roland, you could have got your low interest rate. No, I ain't want to do all that. Because remember what I said? Freedom. I did not, nope. So I sat there and I was like, no, it's not going to happen. So made the decision, $188,000. It didn't hit me till a month later. I said, that's the first Mercedes I've owned. Mm. But listen, folks, that was a tax write-off. Mm. That was a business cost.
Yeah.
See, again, a lot of folk are running out, kill themselves for the Mercedes, and it's a personal deal. They ain't writing it off. I get the tax benefit of it, And that's how we ride.
Say it again, man. And that's it. So, yeah, I drive a Mercedes, but I don't own one. Say it again. I drive a Mercedes, but I don't own one.
Yeah, a fully customized printer, a whole crew. We can live stream from it. Does everything that we need. Again, I could have killed myself to buy one when I was 30. I ain't get my first Mercedes till I was 52. But it's a tax write-off. It's a tax write-off. Different decision.
Man, that tax structure, you know, I had a conversation earlier today with Damon John, and one of the things that he was talking about when it comes to building wealth is that he was talking about the first thing that millionaires and billionaires look is they want to increase their income. They don't go start another business. They try to find more ways to cut taxes, you know? Yes. So, you know, and so, you know, I believe that the wealth looks something like this. I believe the wealth is passive income plus dividends minus taxes. If I can find a way to get passive income, that is a business that pays me. I put my money to work. My money, makes me money. I find a way to get dividends. That is that I get it something. I own something, whether it's stock or real estate. I ownership something that's going to pay me in dividends. Well, then I automatically go into a lower tax bracket, especially if I have a good tax strategist. We don't teach that in our communities. We don't teach like you just said, like what you just said. Like you can get the car and let it be a tax write-off. But I got an educator over here named Flame that'll put you on game in a minute. He's like, hey, listen, that's what he teaches. That's the whole game. I don't know if you heard him clapping a minute ago, but that was the one person in the whole audience that was clapping when you said there was a tax write-off.
Yeah, I mean, because see, here's what. Okay, so people understand. I'll have people who say stuff, man, that's what stuff white folks do. Well, hell, everything in America is created by white people. But everything in America is created by white people. Everything. White people create the tax structure. Why am I going to sit here? I'm like, no, let me figure out. Y'all been using it. I'm going to figure out how to use it too.
That's it, Roland. Like, we want to go around the system. Listen, man, the system was made to prosper. If we learn the games, we can play it too.
Look, I'm not into real estate. But the reason all that crap Donald Trump did, because the tax structure benefits real estate more than any other industry, any other.
Why I buy it.
I had somebody. I had somebody. I had to tell somebody this, and they didn't get it. They really didn't get it. But I had to really unpack it for them. I said, do y'all understand? The person was like, man, I'm not gonna sit there, man, and pay this dude to do my taxes. I said, fool. I said, fool, you gonna sit there and try to labor, trying to figure all that out? I said, don't you know when you pay somebody to do your taxes, it's a tax write-off?
Not than that, you're hired. Well,
I said, you're a hired professional.
Exactly.
Like, I said, this ain't what I do. This ain't what I do.
I don't want to throw no names out there, but there are some places that you should. The ones in the corner, they got the little statues and they waving other things. The ones that got the ones with the signs, they spin them around. No, go get you a strategist. Go get you somebody that's what they do. They know the tax code. Not they putting it in a computer and they just going to punch a couple buttons and they're going to spit it out. No, somebody who's going to sit down with you, ask you questions, structure your companies, structure your entities, and then tell you, hey, you can send your kid to college. It's going to be a tax write-off. Hey, you can actually go over here and put this scholarship in. It's going to be a tax write-off. Hey, did you know you can hire your children? It can be a tax write-off. Hey, did you not know that you can give your kids a car and they can drive it? You put the a wrap on the car. Now they're driving the marketing for so many different strategies that we can use that are right in front of us that we don't use.
My 24-year-old niece works for me. You ain't gonna be sitting there asking me for no money. You're gonna do some work.
But it's trainer.
It's business. But again, no, we're sitting. But again, what happens is, it's fear. See, we operate. I remember I spoke to the Bryan, Texas Housing Department. I'll never forget. Bryan, Texas.
Okay.
But it's Bryan College Station, about 90 minutes from Houston. I went to Texas A&M. That's what Bryan College Station is.
Okay.
So here's what was interesting. So I'm presenting this whole deal. Now we were talking about saving, investing, how we look at money and what we spend on. And his sister, she said, sir, I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't got no money. I said, yes, you do. She said, look, I ain't got no money. She says, I'm broke. I said, no, that ain't true. She says, you talking about saving $1 a week. I ain't got that. I said, I got a question for you. that soda, that soda water in your hand. Some people call it pop. How much that costs? She says, what do you mean? I said, the bottle of soda in your hand. How much did that cost? She said, $1.79. I said, did you have to drink soda? Could you have saved your $1.79 and drank water? She was like, what do you mean? I said, you told me you have no money, but you spent $1.79 on that bottle of Dr. Pepper, whatever it was. I said, your savings could have started with that $1.79.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I said, I need you to change this. I need you to start looking at around you what you spend money on. I said, I need you to, again, going back to the Jordache jeans, the polo shirts, the designer stuff. What are you spending money on? Where is your money going? How important is that? I'm not saying just deprive yourself, but the reality is you didn't have to drink that bottle. I was just trying to break this thing down as small as possible. And it hit her that she realized, man, I spent money on that. Now it's, oh, I spent money on these chips. I spent money on these cookies. I spent money on this. Then leads to, how much money am I spending going out versus me cooking at home?
Yes,
and
sir.
simply preparing my food and putting it in packages and then taking it in for lunch. So now that then goes to the next thing in terms of what am I spending on shoes and what am I spending on clothes? So I got money. Where is my money going?
Tracking your expenses.
And that's the piece where we begin. But again, we have to, put that thing in my head. My wife and I raised 6 of my nieces at different times. We had 6 of them all at one time. And I remember after church, I normally, this is pre-COVID, I'm gone every weekend. I am never at home. I might be at home 5 weekends out of the country.
Wow.
This particular weekend, I'm home. She was traveling, and I'm giving speeches and I'm covering stuff. So she was speaking somewhere that weekend. I had the girl, 6 nieces, so we navigated. Church over. Uncle Roro, where we going to eat? I said, we ain't going to eat nowhere. They're like, well, normally after church, Aunt Jackie take us out. I said, well, I ain't Aunt Jackie. We going home. It's 6 of y'all. I first started cooking when I was 7. I said, so y'all gonna figure out how to cook? I said, let me break this thing down for y'all. I said, it's 6 of y'all. It's me. That makes 7. I said, if we go out, the average cost of the meal between the appetizers and the entree and the drink is going to be $20 each. I said, 20 times 7 is $140. I said, you put in the 18-cent tip. I said, 18% tip. I said, I'm about to sit here and spend $150 on y'all going out to eat. I said, that's every month, Sunday. I said, that's $600 a month, $7,200 a year.
Yeah.
I said, now, y'all got, y'all got 3 tutors. Do you know how much your tutors cost? I said, this is how much your tutors cost. I said, each one of y'all have an Apple laptop computer. That laptop was $2,000 each. Times 6, I said, it's $12,000. I said, so the cost of going out to eat is the cost of 3 of y'all having a new laptop computer. I said, now we can go to the store and we can spend $40 to $60 on food that can actually last for the next 3 Sundays. I said, so if I spend $60, let's say I spend $75 on food that y'all can eat in a meal for the next 3 Sundays, but y'all want to go out where I'm going to spend $450 on 3 Sundays. I said, I want you to do the math. Which one makes sense? And we're driving. Then they start thinking. Now, mind you, I'm throwing numbers out, but I'm making them also add. Because I needed them to take ownership of the money. So when I said, so if we spend $80 on food to cook, and it's going to cost $450 taking y'all out, I then said, So when y'all want to go out bowling or whatever, where that money gonna come from? Now I got them thinking. I said, so the money to go for y'all to go out for the amusement park is gonna come from the money we save, not going out to eat. You can't do both. You're not gonna go out to eat every single Sunday, and you're gonna go to the amusement park, and I'm paying for your tutors, and I'm paying for your laptops. I said, you got to make a decision. So I started forcing them to make decisions. I started taking my nieces grocery shopping. If you're a parent out there, stop leaving your kids at home when you shop. Why? Your kids need to see you calculating 3 for $2 versus 1 for $2.59. They need to see that. They need to see how you make decisions on what to buy.
That's
no,
right.
Grapes right now are too high. We gonna get some oranges and some green apples. I'm gonna wait till the cost of the grapes go down. They got to see and hear that, because they're gonna say, well, mama and dad, why are you doing that? Because guess what? We are not in season. So the reason that's why they're so high. I'm not paying that. They have to see that. The problem that we have is we are shielding our children from the daily financial things happening. And so the reason they grow up having no clue about money is that we've never actually exposed them to the mechanics of life. And then that's why these Gen Zs and millennials today still living their ass at home at 35, because they never had a real understanding of what adulting means. And so they sitting here thinking that as a 30-year-old, they supposed to have the same stuff you got as a 55.
Say it again, man.
Or a 60-year-old, and you should be saying your ass ain't work for none of this. So you can't have the 82-inch TV, and you can't have all of this because you ain't done the problem. So they're trying to sit here like, oh my God, I'm broke. No, because the problem is you ordering DoorDash and Uber Eats all doggone day.
Yeah.
Delivery fee, because your ass ain't learned how to cook. So if you taught your kids how to cook after church on Sundays when they are 10 and 11 and 12, they not gonna grow up eating out all day, ordering Uber Eats and DoorDash. They gonna understand, if I prepare my meals, I'm gonna have more money to spend, because I'm not spending my money eating out all the time.
That's it.
That simple decision with my nieces at that age impacts the decisions when they turn 18, 20, 22, and 24. But if you don't, they a 24-year-old person. You like, I don't understand why these kids don't get it. They don't get it because you never taught them.
That's right. Well, I believe that, that finance is 80% mental, is 20% actually financial. We say it like this, that poverty is a mindset, broke is a temporary condition. If you can change your mind, you can change your money. And so we really believe that literally that, if you change your mind about money, money will change its mind about you and stick around for a whole lot longer. But you got to first have that mindset shift. So, Roland,
I see y'all in the chat. Somebody said he calling me out on the DoorDash. I'm telling you, man. And I just know.
He in the chat too, yo. He in the chat too.
Oh, no. I multitask now. I see all that. This is real simple, because I'm telling somebody who's sitting here, they trying to figure it out, and like, man, it's just too complicated. No, it's not. This is just real basic. And this is where I want you to start. I want whoever's listening, I want you to not buy. I want you to record every time you buy a snack. I want you to decide if you're buying soda, if you're buying chips, if you're buying cookies. I want you to say, I'm gonna write down in my little note section of my iPhone.
That's right.
Then I want you to do, so for 1 week, this is y'all homework. For 1 week, I want you to just write down, nothing else. I want you to write down Snapple or soft drink or chips and cookies or candy bar, whatever it is. I want you to record that down for a week, and then tabulate how much you spend. And the next week, I want you not to do that 2 days, just 2. You can do it for 3. Well, how normally you do it, but don't do it for 2. Then I want you to go look at the comparison. What I spent 5 days a week or 7, depending than what I spent not doing for 2 days what the savings was. I guarantee you, you're going to then realize, well, man, if I cut that back 4 days a week, 3 days a week, 2 days a week, 1 day a week, all of a sudden the savings over here goes up. Now you apply that to the other aspects of your life. I think we make it hard for people. Joe Madison has a great comment, Doc. He says, you got to put it where the goats can get it.
Put it
That's
with
an
the
old
goats.
country phrase. You got to put it where the goats can get it.
Make it reachable.
Goats don't eat here. Goats eat down there. When you make it that simple and you walk people through, then they realize, oh, yo, man, last week I saved $6. Next week, let's save 12. Well, man, if I now let's save 30, let's save 40, let's save 100. Most people, one of my great slogans came from the movie Hoodlum, Lawrence Fishburne playing Bumpy Johnson. That's what he said. He said, you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
A lot of us just don't know. I am not a financial expert. My parents never went to college. We didn't have these things, but I paid attention. I went through stuff and experienced it. But then what I did was, after I experienced it and I shifted, I then forced the shift on my family. I went to my family and I said, mind you, I got one brother, 3 sisters. So between them, my parents are still living. We got 20 people. I said, listen, we ain't doing this family crap, this family Christmas crap. I said, we gonna come together as a family and enjoy each other's company.
Yeah.
And the kids in your family, buy them gifts. Stop buying gifts for other family members. That was one. When my parents moved into my house, they wanted to convert one of the bathrooms to a stand-up. At first, I was like, man, y'all live in there. I said, fine. But then I called them and said, no, you're doing that. I was like, what? I said, no, you're doing that. I said, I just paid off 2/3 of y'all debt. I said, y'all moved from Houston to Dallas. I paid off 2/3 of your debt. I paid your car off. I said, this is the closest that you've been to debt-free in your life. I'm not going to let y'all incur more debt because you want a stand-up shower, which was something that you always wanted in your own home, and now you want to get it. No. Moving you here allowed you to live at a lower cost of living because you don't have to pay a mortgage or rent. I said, y'all not going to do it. As the child, I'm telling my parents that because listen to y'all, because I needed my parents who retired early to know what it's like to live freely and not under the oppressive debt that they lived through my entire life. So sometimes you got to make a decision for somebody else, and it might be your parents. Did I lose y'all? I think I'm still here. I don't see y'all. There you go.
Can you hear me?
Now I see you.
Can you hear me?
Listen, y'all hire my company to handle your video stuff next time.
Well, I tell you what. I'm
gonna tell you.
I want to do this again. I want to do this every quarter. The next time we do it, I want you to MC it for me.
That's fine, but we can handle your back end. Trust me.
Well, we don't want to put nobody out of no position. Now they're black people too.
That's fine. We'll teach them. Don't worry about it. Come on, let's go. I'm like, hey,
now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Come in, teach them, and so we can keep a black company still in business, and we can still, have you come out. And I want to have you come see this thing, and we want to take this every. We want to do this every quarter, and every quarter I want this to get better and better and better. And man, who else can MC something like this other than you, bro? You game?
That's fine. Let's roll.
Let's roll with it, man. Listen, we got to get out of here. They about to kick us out. So we got to go, man. But I thank you so much for your time. Thanks for often taking my invitation. I'm going to tell you now that you got the baddest team in the industry. I'll let you. We called you on Friday, and had you booked by Monday, and everything else went, man. It's been crystal clear. Thank you for operating excellence in our community.
I appreciate it. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right, I'm trying to help my parents get out of the room. All right, Be Free University, BFU. All right, you guys are still live and kicking. We're going to take it over to the hotel now. We're going back to the Silversmith Hotel, so we want to see everybody there. Listen, tomorrow morning we're starting early, so if you've been up all night and all day like George and I, you probably want to go to sleep. But we got some recording to do, so we won't be going to bed. So we will be starting at 10 a.m. in the morning. So you know when you get on the elevator and you see that M, press the M. You will find us. That's where we will be. 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, we will begin. You guys that are virtual, be online, be ready, be locked in, and be loaded, because you're going to hear from the educators tomorrow. We also have some guest speakers tomorrow. Mr. Joe Dudley Jr. will be on stage tomorrow, as well as R.C. Blakes. So you absolutely don't want to miss day 2 of BFU's Freedom Fest. If you have not enrolled, please do so at befree.university, or get back with the person that invited you to this event. The swag store is open. Purchase right now, swag.befree.university. And guys, we'll see you in the morning at 10 a.m. God bless and good night.